Hello Anthony, this is your Qui-Gon lightsaber. Let's go over how it works. It's going to come in the box, and in here you're going to get the lightsaber along with the Allen key, a couple extra screws for the retention of the blade, and then you're going to get this. This can be used to block off this little hole here. It can also be used as a second button, but since I only had one set of 2-pin connectors that you sent me, I just set it up as a 1-button setup, which personally I really like in this lightsaber because there's only one real button on here and it just feels so natural to just use the 1-button setup. I'll show off some of the commands. I'm also going to leave in the description a link to the commands for the 1-button setup. I only remember a few of them because I'm not too familiar with the 1-buttons, but it's very intuitive and it's quite nice actually. I might actually prefer this over 2 buttons sometimes, especially in a lightsaber like this. So this is going to be your lightsaber, and if you want to turn it on, you just untwist the top section. There you go, and then the chassis will pop out. There you go. This is the Proffie board. I have heard that people fry their boards if they put in the battery and plug in the MicroUSB into the computer at the same time. So if you ever plug this in to upload the config file or do any kind of updates like that, make sure to take the battery out because you don't want to fry this board. It's not going to be good. Second thing to keep in mind is I do have your config file set up inside the SD card along with about 30 different fonts, I believe. I have a bunch of fonts and different preset blade styles on here, and I also set up the config to make this independently wired, or well, it is independently wired, and I set it up in the config file to have the NeoPixels do an animation. So they do little circles is how I set up. I'll show it to you. Only other thing to keep in mind is there's only one way to really put this into the lightsaber. You have the pin for the speakers, connect to the pins from the speakers in there, and then there you go. Very easy. The thing you want to keep in mind for the battery is this is the negative and the positive is towards the NeoPixel. And these little wing things are kind of annoying to me because it holds the battery in place, yes, but it also kind of prevents it from coming out when you want it. So when you put the battery in, you push it pretty hard, just squeeze it until it clicks. And then to take it out, what I've found works best is if you take something like the Allen key or something small and then just push on one side, you go into this little open section and you push on it until it pops out. If you just, there you go. Push on it till it pops out, and then there you go. Comes out. But it wouldn't be able to pull it out on your own with your fingers and everything, because it's very tight and these little wings hold it in place. But anyways, this is the lightsaber. I'll turn it on just for fun. That's the independently wired NeoPixel connector. I set it up for the slow turbine. It goes fast turbine white, and then it slows down into a slow turbine with the color of the blade. You can set it up to all the other different kinds of animations that exist out there. This one is just a nice one that I enjoy that's not too in your face. There you go. And then you just hold it to turn it off, and there we are. So you just put it in, might activate it because the button might just smack it or not. So you just do that. And then you put in the top part, slide it over, and then you screw it in. To turn it on, you just tap it. I have this at around probably 55% volume. I think it's plenty loud, and it allows the speaker to be significantly more safe than if it was on like 75 to 100. I'd never have it on 100 just to be safe. 75 is the max I would put on a lightsaber. You can really feel it vibrate, which is really cool. And then the little hole that was for the button, you can feel the vibrations coming out of it as well, and it adds a little bit extra volume to it. If you cover it, the volume only comes out the back, which is still fine. It's nice. This one just adds a little bit more volume to it, and you can kind of feel the vibrations more. this way. So I like it quite a bit. I really love this lightsaber. I think I used to have one of the plastic versions when I was younger, but it was only the red version, which was strange, but I loved it. So this is a beautiful, beautiful lightsaber I really loved working on. This is a very interesting retention method because they have hidden retention screws in the emitter. You unscrew the metal part, and then it'll reveal the retention screws. But it doesn't just have one, it has 3 retention screws. So you go into there. Whoops, I accidentally pressed the button there. I'll show you how to cycle through the sound fonts in a little bit. But you unscrew those 3 retention screws, blade plug comes out, and then you put in your blade. Actually, you're gonna wanna put this thing on first, like that, and then put in the blade. And then tighten down the set screws, just 1, 2, and then the 3rd one here. There we go. Put it in, screw it in place, and now you have hidden retention of the blade, which is really nice. Now with this setup, you do have 2 gesture controls. You have swing on, which is like a, shoot, I don't know. Let's see, where's the, oh, it's a stab on. So you can do a sort of thrusting motion. When the blade's in, it feels like a thrusting motion, but when the blade's out and there's nothing there, it's easy to just trigger it with a swing. So with the blade in, it's a stab ignition, there you go. And to turn it off, you can twist it. So stab and twist. To cycle through the sound fonts, you're gonna want to hold down the button for like half a second or something and release it to go forward.
Purple. Red.
There you go. And then to go backwards, you just hold it. I like to hold it until you hear that, but you can also hold it for like for a little bit less than that, but I like being sure and holding it down until I hear it.
Blue. Green.
So this is gonna have a whole bunch of different blade styles on it, different colors, a bunch of different fonts, and I do have a battery set up. There you go. That's a little sound I put onto my battery font, and it shows you how much charge you have in your battery. So when it's up here, it's obviously good, and then it'll change color and go down as the battery runs out.
Green.
There you go. To turn it off, you just hold it down for a few seconds. I think you can play music by double tapping, or that's how you mute activate it actually, is double tap. I don't remember how you play music, but it does have that control. I will send you the controls in the description. There we go. What else to show you? I guess I'll show you, you can do tip drag, so basically just hold down the button and then clash at a downward angle, and tip drag activates. You can also trigger the blaster bolts by just tapping. Double tap and hold is a lightning block. If you hold it in clash, it has the blade lockup, which is localized, so when you change the angle, it changes parts of the blade. To change color, you point down and then hold the button and twist. And then you can just twist the lightsaber, and then you have color selection, which is very, very, very nice. Let me try and go back to that green. And then to select it, just hold down the button until you hear the selection noise. So yeah, the control for that is just, you have it on, point it straight down, hold down the button and twist. Very easy, very quick. And I think that's pretty much all you need to keep in mind for this lightsaber. Yeah, just enjoy. If you have any questions, let me know. I will have a bunch of links in the description going over how to customize your Proffie, different blade style, like the blade style website you can go to and put everything on here. Basically everything you'll need is in there, but if I forget something, just let me know. I will try and answer as best as I can. Send me a message, and enjoy the lightsaber. May the Force be with you.